If you live with diabetes, you've probably wondered, is honey healthier than sugar? Can I use it instead of white sugar without worrying about my blood sugar? It's natural, so does that mean it's safe? Honey is often marketed as a better sweetener loaded with antioxidants and nutrients. But is it really a safer option for people with diabetes? Today, we'll uncover the science, bust the myths, and give you clear, practical guidance on whether honey belongs in your diet. Grab a cup of unsweetened tea, no honey yet, and let's get started. What exactly is honey? Honey is a natural sweetener made by bees from flower nectar. It's composed mainly of fructose 40%, glucose 30%, water, small amounts of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Compared to white sugar, pure sucrose, honey has more nutrients, but it's still primarily sugar. How does honey affect blood sugar? When you eat honey, glucose raises blood sugar quickly. Fructose is processed in the liver, which can also contribute to insulin resistance if consumed in excess. The carbohydrate content is high, about 17 grams per tablespoon. The glycemic index, GI, of honey varies. Clover honey, 58. Acacia honey, 32. Average honey, 55. By comparison, table sugar, 65. White bread, 75. This means honey raises blood sugar almost as quickly as table sugar, although it may have a slightly lower GI depending on the type. The myths about honey. Let's tackle some of the most common misconceptions. Myth number 1. Honey is totally safe because it's natural. Fact: natural doesn't mean blood sugar neutral. Honey is still a carbohydrate-dense sweetener. Myth number 2. Honey cures diabetes. Fact: no scientific evidence shows honey can cure diabetes. Some studies show antioxidant benefits, but not a reversal of the disease. Myth number 3. Honey doesn't spike blood sugar. Fact: it absolutely can. The impact depends on the amount, the type, and what you eat it with. What does the research say? Studies have looked at honey's effects on glucose and insulin. A 2004 study in Journal of Medicinal Food found that compared to dextrose or sucrose, honey produced a lower blood sugar rise in healthy subjects and type 2 diabetics. However, the differences weren't dramatic. Even lower glycemic impact still meant a measurable spike. Other studies show that honey may improve antioxidant status, lipid profiles, cholesterol, and triglycerides. But these benefits come at the cost of adding sugar to your diet. The American Diabetes Association does not recommend honey as a preferred sweetener. Should people with diabetes avoid honey completely? It depends. If you have well-controlled diabetes, use honey sparingly. Count the carbs carefully in your meal plan. Pair it with fiber, protein, and healthy fat. Then a small amount occasionally can fit into a balanced diet. Portion control is key. 1 teaspoon equals 6 grams of carbs. 1 tablespoon equals 17 grams of carbs. If your blood sugar is already elevated or your A1C is high, it's best to avoid honey altogether until your levels improve. Tips for using honey safely. If you choose to include honey. 1. Measure precisely. Never eyeball it. Even an extra teaspoon adds significant carbs. 2. Use raw, unprocessed honey. This retains more antioxidants. 3. Count the carbs. Include them in your meal plan. 4. Avoid honey-sweetened packaged foods. These often contain added sugars on top of honey. 5. Pair with protein and fiber. This helps slow glucose absorption. 6. Monitor your blood sugar. Check readings before and after eating. What about using honey for hypoglycemia? Yes, honey is an excellent treatment for low blood sugar. If your glucose drops below 70 milligrams per deciliter, take 1 tablespoon of honey, 15 grams of carbs. Recheck in 15 minutes. Repeat if necessary. This is one scenario where honey can be life-saving. Healthier alternatives to honey. If you're trying to reduce overall sugar, consider stevia, 0 calories, no blood sugar impact. Monk fruit extract, naturally sweet, no carbs. Erythritol, sugar alcohol with minimal effect. Allulose, rare sugar with very low glycemic index. Tip: these options are especially useful if you need to sweeten coffee, yogurt, or baking recipes. Can honey help with weight loss or immunity? Some believe honey promotes weight loss or boosts immunity. Here's the truth. Honey has slightly more nutrients than table sugar. It still adds calories and carbs. No clinical evidence proves it causes weight loss. While it contains antioxidants, these benefits don't outweigh the risks of high glucose. Action plan: should you eat honey? Here's a quick decision guide. Good candidate for occasional honey. Type 2 diabetes under good control. A1C in target range. Willing to count carbs precisely. Avoid honey if blood sugar frequently high. A1C above target. Uncontrolled type 1 diabetes. Conclusion. So, can diabetics eat honey? Yes, but sparingly, carefully, and mindfully. Honey isn't a free pass just because it's natural. It's still a concentrated sugar source that requires planning and monitoring. If you choose to enjoy honey, keep portions tiny. Count the carbs. Balance with protein and fiber. Watch your glucose levels. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs clarity about diabetes and diet. Stay informed. Stay empowered. And remember, your daily choices matter.